Welcome to qnawire.
A hot air balloon is floating above a straight road. To estimate their height above the ground, the balloonist simultaneously measure the angle of depression to two consecutive mileposts on the road on the same side of the balloon. And these are mileposts, there's 1 mile in between them. The angles of depression were found to be 20 degrees, which is going to be the same as the angle of elevation, and 22 degrees. So let's find their height now. We can work inside of this triangle here that I'm highlighting in green because we've got a linear pair. This would be 158 degrees. And then with the 20, that would be 178. So this would just be a 2-degree angle inside this triangle. And we know this side. Let's find what I'm going to call A here, just because that will be part of the other right triangle. And we can do this with the law of sines. The law of sines says that the sine of an angle over, so the sine of 2 degrees over its opposite side 1 is going to be in proportion to the sine of 20 degrees over its opposite side A. Cross multiply. 1 times anything is itself, and then divide by the sine of 2. And we've got that length. I'm going to keep it exact for now. We can see what it roughly is, though, if we are in degree mode. The sine of 20 over the sine of 2 is about 9.8, which would be miles, since the 1 is in miles. But again, I'm going to leave it exact for now, because now we can tap into our right triangle trig ratios, sine, cosine, and tangent. And from the 22-degree angle, we want to find the opposite, and we just found the hypotenuse, so that is sine. So we can say that the sine of 22 degrees is equal to opposite over the adjacent, which we found to be sine 20 over sine 2. Cross multiply that, be sine of 22 degrees times the sine of 20 over the sine of 2. Oops. So that would be the sine of 22 degrees times the sine of 20 over the sine of 2, and that comes out to about 3.67. 3.67 miles high.